Good evening. Welcome, everyone. Tonight we honor the students who have shown an outstanding talent in the areas of business, journalism, and art. These students are recognized through honor societies, clubs, departments, and the teachers for their outstanding and unrivaled dedication to their craft. Allow me to congratulate each of you this evening for the honor you're about to receive, and I look forward to hearing about your many future successes. We're going to get things started right away with Ms. Schroeder.
Hi and welcome to our awards night. This is a night we all really look forward to celebrate all of our students' hard work. So I'm Mrs. Schroeder, one of our high school art teachers, and I'm an advisor for the National Art Honor Society, and we're going to be inducting our students into that this evening, along with some other awards. So to be a member of the National Art Honor Society, students have to complete a minimum of 8 community service hours that have to do with the arts and serving the community, whether at school or local community. And in order to also be a member, students have to have a grade point average in an art class during the school year of 95% or higher, and have to have 2 teacher recommendations. All of the students who are being inducted have well and gone above and beyond to achieve all of these different requirements to be inducted. So before I introduce to you our 2 co-presidents of NAHS for this school year, I'd like to just say a few of the awesome things we've done this year. So we do the monster collaboration drawing with Andrew Mayer's kindergarten students, where we took a van of students, and students could drive themselves after school to go meet up with kindergarten students, and we did our collaborative drawing with them in person, where our high school students helped the kindergartners with their hilarious monsters. You can imagine the fun that we had with that. And then we are going back to reveal the monster drawings to them on May 18th. And so that's one of the things we did. Another thing is the Fleetwood's 150th year centennial celebration is to celebrate the history of Fleetwood. And so we had a local historian come in and after school for a week and kind of give presentations on Pennsylvania Dutch art as we were creating Pennsylvania Dutch art that will be on display in the community center on August 12th. And that's going to be for an art show called Fleetwood Past and Present and Future for the night at the Museum Gala event being held on August 12th from 7 to 10 p.m. So we are heavily involved in the arts, and I'm just so excited that you get to hear from our 2 co-presidents, Megan Emery and Frankie Snyder. So we'll start with Frankie explaining some of her thoughts on and her time in NAHS this year.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming. My name is Frankie Snyder, and I am one of the co-presidents of the National Art Honor Society, alongside my good friend, Megan Emery. Now, I have to say, a 14-year-old me on the first day of freshman year would never have planned for me to be up here speaking to you right now. I never planned on being one of the arty girls. I liked doing art, but I was not very good at it. Like many, I got frustrated very easily. However, I did take a class called Humanities, run by Mrs. Chisdak my freshman year. And I know saying one high school class changed my life sounds extreme, but trust me, it did. All of a sudden, I was making art every single day. I mean, getting introduced to the iconic journal making process was probably the most exciting thing I had ever done with art in my life. And in the class for our midterm, we did a project on a feeling, and of course, wanting to be different, I went to the internet and picked introspection. Now, introspection is the process that involves looking inward to examine your own judgments, thoughts, emotions, actions, and the reasons behind them. And I carried that idea with me for the next 4 years. With every action, I asked myself the purpose, the why, and I think that's why I ended up liking art so much. I was able to ask myself these questions and represent my answers visually. And there's just a different kind of freeing feeling when you make art like that. It's just different. It can make you feel so small, but at the same time, it's just so comforting, and I loved it so much, I just kept going. One art class turned into helping with Blurb, to helping to the art event, to editing the Artifact magazine. It turned into taking every single year-long art course for the rest of my high school career. It turned into making art that I never knew I had the skill or patience to make. Truly, I believe making art has made me more empathetic, patient, and more of a tolerable person. And I can tell you that because spending over 20 hours on a painting really does that to a person. And when you focus every art moment looking at the whys behind actions, behind emotions, and so on, you start to see other things, other people, from new perspectives. And it's so crazy to me how much I have changed because I've taken art classes throughout high school. And of course, I can't go on without recognizing the fantastic teachers I've had along the way, Mrs. Chisdak, Ms. Hilbert, and Mrs. Schroeder. Thank you for creating an environment where I felt safe enough to open up, to create, and to just be myself in a time where I don't feel like I always can. I also have to thank all of you up here, our National Art Honor Society inductees. You inspire me every day. Just looking at your artwork pushes me to keep working harder, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I'm so lucky and so thankful to be a part of this art department with all of you, and I hope you can recognize how huge of an accomplishment this is, and that you can look back on all the hard work you've done and be truly proud of yourselves, because you all deserve it. And one final thank you to art. Thank you for allowing me to be introspective, to understand myself in a way I never have before. And thank you to the department for giving me a great way and so much a very artsy 4 years. I will always cherish the time I spent and the friends I made in Art 1 and Art 2. And finally, I challenge all of you here today to take some time and reflect on the last year, your experiences, your whys, and while you're at it, do some art, or pick it back up if it's been a long time, or maybe you can start for the first time today. I made the choice to create art, and I believe you can too. Thank you all for coming again, and I'm going to hand things over to my co-president, Megan Emery.
Thank you, Frankie. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Emery, and I'm going to be attending Millersville University for K-12 art education in the fall. I joined National Art Honor Society my junior year, and I've been so grateful to be a part of this group of students who help make our community a little more creative. I will always cherish the time I spent planning and running events like Blurb and Art Event, because this community is where I have made some of my closest friends. My favorite moments spent with NAHS by far are the opportunities we have had to work with Mrs. Wenzel's kindergartners over at Andrew Mayer this year. It's a surreal feeling to finally be the big kid that young art students idolize. We are so lucky to be inducting such a bright group of underclassmen this year, and I know that they will continue to honor everything NAHS stands for in their remaining years here. I've always loved art ever since I can remember, but there's something special about high school art. First period of the first day of my freshman year, I was introduced to the wonderful community that is the school's art department. Since then, I've taken 8 credits worth of classes between the 3 art teachers I've had during my 4 years here. This year, I got to have my dream senior art experience, as I was able to be in Art 1 and Art 2 for 5 periods out of my day. I consider my time spent in the art room and working with NAHS to be the most important components of my high school education, as art is what I want to pursue for the rest of my life. I'm so grateful for the experiences and opportunities that I have had thanks to guidance from Mrs. Chisdak, Ms. Hilbert, and Mrs. Schroeder. I could not be pursuing art as a career if it weren't for them. I will forever cherish the bonds I have with them and the people I've met through the art program, and everything that they have done to help me realize my artistic potential. Especially after the fulfilling senior art year I've had, I feel more prepared than ever to begin this next chapter of my life, and I hope to inspire kids just like my art teachers did for me. Thank you guys again.
Okay, And so we're going to move into giving out our NAHS certificates to our inductees. And so we're going to move over here. Testing. Oh, it works. Okay. So, Izzy Finari, come on over. Brooklyn Spilker. Sarah Gilbert and Michaela Yelitz. Claire Roth and Kaylee Milishowski. Kayla Laux and Paola Loiza. And Kira Perkins. Alex Krebs. And Scott Wisser. We have rainbow cords that our seniors are going to be receiving to wear at graduation, and so they are Roy G. Bibb for every color of the rainbow. Laura Mennett. Kelly Urbina. Miranda Matter. Ashley Humer. Jocelyn Galisi. Katie Valentine. Emily Wessner. Jenna Tregear. Christina Guzman. Brianna Waker. Sorry. And Meg Emery. And Frankie Snyder. We so much appreciate your support and care. We would not be able to do the hours and everything without your help and support of the arts and everything that all of our students do. So thank you so much to all of you. I also just want to announce some exciting art awards that students have received this school year. So we participated as a school district with the arts in the Berks County Intermediate Unit Secondary Art Exhibit hosted at the Goggleworks Center for the Arts. And some students who won awards in that show were Katie Valentine for 3rd place for a pen and ink drawing. Kayla Laux has won 3rd place for color drawing, for a colored pencil drawing of Main Street in Fleetwood. Megan Emery won 3rd place for a sculpture of a whale made out of tin. It's beautiful. Everyone's art just blows me away, and these awards really, I will say, out of all Berks County high schools, they've been placing 3rd and 2nd and honorable mentions and that's out of all of Berks County high schools. So when I say 3rd, it's not out of our high school, it's out of all high schools. And so Megan Emery also got an honorable mention for a colored pencil drawing. And Jocelyn Galacy at the BCIU annual showcase was a selected artist, and her art has been on display there all school year, along with selected art from all Berks County high schools. And we also participated in the Scholastic Art Awards. And the Scholastic Art Awards, it was the 100th year for celebrating art, and that was at Kutztown University with not just Berks County high schools, but all high schools for our region, which is Eastern Pennsylvania. And we have Emily Wessner. She won a Silver Key Award for her drawing, Dear Emmy Kate was the title. Kayla Laus also received a Silver Key Award for her drawing and illustration of the Main Street scene in in Fleetwood. And Megan Emery also received an honorable mention for her drawing called Personal Nostalgia. And I'm going to ask Megan to stay because she is also receiving an Outstanding Senior in Art Award this year. Every year we pick one student who's a senior who gets this award, and the requirements are that they must be a student who is going to pursue the arts after high school, someone who's heavily involved in the National Art Honor Society, someone who maintains a high grade point average in an arts class that they have during the school year, and just someone who overall exhibits character traits of care and concern for other students, who not just has their scholastic and academics in order, but also is someone of really strong character, and that is our Meg Emery this year, so congratulations, Meg. So thank you. Let's just give one more round of applause to all of our outstanding art students. And who we have next is Miss Kelly Ackerman, and she is going to be introducing to you the FBLA Awards.
Good evening. The Pennsylvania Future Business Leaders of America chapter of the National Business Honor Society is designed to recognize junior and senior members of FBLA who truly excel in academic preparation and an eventual career in the business world. Pennsylvania FBLA recognizes that in order to succeed as a true business leader, our members need to be well prepared in terms of their academics, career skills, and leadership development. FBLA chapters in the state of Pennsylvania allow members to submit an application to be recognized into the National Business Honor Society. The following are criteria that must be met. They need to have an overall high school GPA of 3.5. They have to have an overall GPA of 3.5 in at least 2 business, computer, and information technology courses, have demonstrated leadership potential through service as a chapter officer, committee leader, or other participation in chapter activities, and have clearly defined career objectives. The inductees were announced and recognized with a ribbon to wear during the Pennsylvania FBLA State Leadership Conference held in Hershey in April. Our new inductees tonight will be receiving a membership certificate along with an Honor Society pin. Senior members that were inducted last year or even tonight will also be receiving blue and gold cords to wear for graduation. This evening, I am proud to recognize 5 new students that applied for and were granted membership into the National Business Honor Society this year. First up, we have junior Joshua Felker. junior Rochelle Achina. We have senior Andrew Hawes. Andrew was inducted last year, and so tonight he is receiving his cord. Senior Ashley Stone. Senior Cassandra Batts. And Senior Emily Walbert. So congratulations to all of our National Business Honor Society inductees. I also am pleased to present tonight the Kylie Stewart FBLA Leadership and Teamwork Award. This award is awarded to a junior or senior that has actively participated in FBLA competitions. In addition, the successful problem solver will have strong leadership skills along with the ability to promote teamwork. This year's recipient is a senior that has stepped up to be a leader in FBLA this year, although I know she has been a leader previously in other clubs and school groups. In FBLA, she has taken on a leadership role in our chapter as the treasurer and extremely responsible with her tasks. She works effectively with the officer team to come up with ideas for meeting activities and helps create or implement those activities. Not only is she very involved in our chapter with activities, workshops, and conferences, but she encourages other members to be involved as well. She sets an example by doing, and others seem to follow in her path. This year, she earned second place in the state for community service hours, and already other members have started logging their hours so they too can earn awards. The student has been a two-time state qualifier in competitive events sponsored by FBLA. Last year, she competed in hospitality and event management and placed 7th in the state. And this year, she competed in job interview and placed 3rd, which has also qualified her to attend the national competition in Atlanta this summer. The student is always willing to learn in order to better herself and is determined to succeed in everything she does. That is why it is my pleasure to announce that this year's recipient of the Kylie Stewart FBLA Leadership and Teamwork Award goes to Emily Walbert. And at this time, I will turn things over to Mrs. Sanaki for Quill and Scroll Award.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you again, everyone, for attending tonight and supporting your students through all these wonderful things that they're accomplishing here in high school with us. As we begin the third portion of our honors tonight, we're going to be initiating and recognizing returning members of the Quill and Scroll National Honor Society. Quill and Scroll chapters have in their alumni students who have excelled in areas such as editorial, literary, business, photography, art, and graphic design. Our chapter and our teachers hold this membership to be one of the highest representations of journalistic achievement. Quill and Scroll was established in 1926 by a group of just 19 high school journalism advisors and is currently run by the National Scholastic Press Association. Its membership has spread to more than 14,600 international chapters, both high school and collegiate, and they only induct roughly 5,500 select students each year. Be proud of your student member. The prestige of being inducted into any one of these scholarly societies requires much more specialized time, effort, and individualized work to meet qualifications to be inducted. Fleetwood holds one of the earliest PA Quill and Scroll scholarships. being recognized for a chapter since 1937. This provides our journalists with more opportunities to help them pursue their potential in the journalism world. They will receive scholarship money should they apply. They will receive the opportunity to have their work critiqued nationally, and they will receive communications on journalism and media today. To become a lifetime member under the Fleetwood Charter, a student must meet 5 criteria. He or she must be junior or senior qualification and in good standing with the school. He or she must be scholastically in the upper 1/3 of their graduating class. He or she must have done superior work in their chosen form, or in some cases, multiple forms of journalism in high school. In this current school year, he or she must be recommended by their advisor to the society, and they must be approved for membership by the Quill and Scroll Executive Director. Each advisor will follow and recognize their respective students. Each new member will receive a little member pin that they can wear whenever they see fit. The seniors being recognized this evening will also receive a braided navy and gold cord to be worn at their graduation ceremony as a symbol of their membership to the society. Returning seniors were supposed to also get a certificate, except they sent me the wrong ones. So they'll be getting those later. But please know that those were not opened. When I call your name, I will be recognizing to start with our yearbook, returning students, and inductees. All right, all the goodies. All right, Kaylee Cromer. I also have the pleasure of being the advisor of a new news magazine, and I have 3 young ladies who will be being recognized for being part of both of those publications. Taylor Clark. Evangeline Crossley. And Delaney Walker. And then I do have just a couple of young ladies who are just on my magazine staff. Erin Kashwitz. And Francesca Snyder. I'd like to turn it over to Sean Gaston to recognize his TV media students.
Thank you, Mrs. Snelke. So this 9 students that I'll be inducting this evening are receiving either a pin or a cord for the work that they've done for our school's Tiger TV news program. So when I call your name, please come forward to get your pin and or cord. Caitlin Leslie. Riley Smith. Mason Musitano. Daniel Herb. William Hilbert. Ian Miller. Kelly Urbina. Taylor Clark. And Evangeline Crosby. Right, and now I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Zachary. Good evening. So my name is Zachary Haupt. I am the advisor for the Tiger Times School newspaper, which hopefully you've encountered at some point in time. We are online presence at tigertimes.com, or we're on several social media platforms as well. We have one student in particular this evening who is receiving Quill and Scroll membership for the Tiger Times. Unfortunately, I believe she is unable to be here. That individual is Ms. Lauren Kyle, so I will accept these on her behalf. And if you see her, give her a round of applause, please. Go. I'm also up here at this point to sort of transition things into some of the awards that we're going to be offering this evening. I am handing out the Tiger Times Recognition Award, and I'm handing this award out to Mr. Jacob Ronzon. Mr. Ronzon was an individual who I met in passing last school year via film club, as a co-advisor of film club, and I never got to know him very well. And I was overjoyed to find him on my roster this year for the Tiger Times. I quickly found out that in many ways we're kindred spirits on a lot of topics that I don't often find myself kindred spirits with students on. He's highly literate, highly intellectual young man who loves esoteric movies as well as reading classic literature, and it's a delight to have him both in the Tiger Times as well as in my 12th grade English class as well. Last year, I think we wouldn't have been able to have him join us because he was involved in the culinary arts, but it was our blessing that he wanted to sort of change courses, and I believe he now has journalism as one of his focuses for a potential future. And so he's demonstrated that amply over the course of this school year. One of the best compliments that I think that you can pay a writer in some cases is to suspect, but of course it not be true, that he's plagiarized. And Mr. Ronzon is such a good writer who has such a great vocabulary and who can craft sentences so intellectually that sometimes there's suspicion of that, but it's not. He's just that great of an author and that great of a student, that great of a reporter. He was our president this year, and there's no one who I can imagine being better suited for the Tiger Times Recognition Award. So I'd like to have Mr. Jacob Ronzon come up here so I can give you this. Thank you. Mr. Guest? So this year's recipient of the TV Media Tiger Paw Award is Taylor Clark. So Taylor's receiving this award because of her dedication and work ethic that she has shown throughout the school year in our Tiger TV media course. This year, Taylor was an independent study student who couldn't fit TV media into her regular course schedule, and so she opted to take the course on her own time. In spite of that, she was both our most frequent contributor to our weekly Tiger TV news program, as well as producing our first ever live stream, the Nintendo Switch competitions, which were a huge hit with the students. In spite of her high level of involvement with other school activities and groups, Taylor could frequently be seen at an event she planned, holding a camera for yearbook, and operating a video camera for TV media to cover that same event. I believe she has a camera on her right now. Yeah, see, there you go. Her ability to multitask will undoubtedly serve her well as she ventures from high school into the world of mass communications. Taylor plans to attend Drexel University to study strategic and digital communications. I have a degree in mass communications, and I've been studying it for almost 3 decades now, and when she told me this week that she was going off to school to study strategic communications, I honestly had to confess I had no idea what that is. So I had to look it up. Basically, if you're wondering, it's fancy speak for public relations. So please join me in congratulating Taylor for being this year's Tiger Paw Award recipient. Congratulations, Taylor. Now I would like to reintroduce Mrs. Sarah Sanaki, who will be presenting this year's Paw Print Award.
Okay. Thank you, Sean, again. So I have all the goodies on the table over here, so I'm going to move myself over here. For those of you who didn't catch it, we did start a new news magazine this year, so we have a brand new form of journalism in our high school this year. We have sort of blended news magazine materials, photojournalism, and the former Artifact Art and Literary magazine into one formulation of a district-wide K through 12 news media. The Super 8, as I'm calling our ladies, have officially coined it the paw print. So you'll start to see things coming out at the end of the school year and into following school years, both in print media as well as online. We are going to also be starting a student news organization website where all of our journalism media will end up at some point. This first edition we have plans to share in a mini print, meaning that there will be a couple of select editions out there specifically for the Super 8 that are putting it together, and then it will be also available online. Because these girls have put in so much time to come up with the brand and the brand new look of an entirely new publication, Mr. Barnett, who is a co-advisor with me, and I had a discussion about, do we give an editor award? Do we give everybody something? What do we want to do? And so what we decided is that we're going to give you a very important but small token of our appreciation to all of you. I also get really emotional with these kids, and you'll see I try not to talk too terribly much because they literally live in and out of my room all day long. So I may not say much, but they all mean a lot to me, so thank you for sharing them. Bye. think she's not been feeling well, but Jalen Hottenstein is also a member of our association. Aaron. I do want to say a little something about Aaron. Aaron is our only junior. So guess what Aaron gets to do next year? Welcome to the editor staff. Frankie? Lola? And Delaney. Now, I did give them a hard time because they knew this was here and they all sat back there on purpose. So I'm actually going to make them wait to come get their stuff. I'm just going to read off their names. No, I'm kidding. Some of the girls are also on the yearbook staff. But I do want to recognize the fact that these girls have been working since before school started to get the yearbook up and running. We have a 160-page full-color yearbook that we produce every year. We sell roughly 350 to 375 copies to the entire school. The last 3 years, we have completely sold out of the book. And a lot of these ladies have been involved for 2 years. It's just exciting to see them put together a publication and have it come to fruition and then actually have a hard copy of it for them to take with them for posterity purposes. These girls have committed their entire school year to photographing, writing, editing, and we really are a fairly small staff. We're only 11 for the publication, the yearbook publication. This is my 16th edition, and these are probably some of the most impressive, hardworking, headstrong young ladies I've ever met. And that's a great thing, and that's a compliment to all of the parents out there for raising some pretty top-notch kiddos and sharing them with all of us. I do have a special gift for the young ladies. I'm going to have them come up and grab it. And then there is also a t-shirt in there for you, because I know you're waiting for those. Okay. So I'll call you up, Melania Shirelli. Haley Cromer. Angelina Gigama. Ismaila Matharin. Laura Mennett. Laura can now pay the bill now that she knows what it is, because she's our treasurer. Haley Walker. Hannah Mead. Loriana Touch. And Delane Walker. And I have one last award to give. Like Kelly, I've also been granted the treasure of being able to give a Kylie Stewart Award. I get to give the Kylie Stewart Yearbook and Quill and Scroll Award. This is a scholarship that is traditionally given to students that have actively enjoyed working on the Fleetwood Area High School yearbook staff and are also members of Quill and Scroll. This year I was given permission by the Stewart family to give out 2 $500 scholarship awards, and each of these young ladies will receive a certificate created by Mrs. Stewart this evening. The young ladies that will be receiving the scholarship are both going to school for a form of communications or journalism. They are both confident, caring, mature, helpful, and willing to give of their time, sometimes in sacrifice of their own. These girls reflect everything that Kylie gave to the world. Ava. And Taylor. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for supporting your kiddos. I'll turn it over to Ms. Nyman to close out the ceremony.
If you all could join me in just one more round of applause for this amazing group of talented women. As I sat here tonight listening to the lists of amazing talents that these students have, I can't help but be in wonder of the collective amount of both professional and creative talent that we are lucky to have here at this school. I also know that that doesn't come just magically. You know, it is from the support that they get at home from all of you, the support from our fabulous teachers and staff here, and your willingness to commit them to all of the wonderful after-school programs that they're doing to help support all the things that they do. I look forward to hearing about all of their continued success as they move on past high school, for many of the seniors that are graduating, and I also look forward to seeing all of the wonderful things that the juniors continue to do into their senior year. So once again, thank you all for coming out tonight, and have safe travels home. Thank you.